Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
Good morning. It is Coffee and time on ON, AM, and FM, Friday morning, July 7th. And thank you for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, and let's say good morning to the Coffee and panel. Hello, panel.
Hello.
That's Melissa Murray. Hi, Melissa.
Good morning. Hello.
And Dave Richards is here as well. Hello,
I am?
Hello
okay.
there, Dave.
Hi there.
We're going to be joined by Meg Rigo from Levitt Amp coming up in, probably about 15 minutes or so. We'll talk about tonight's show, and Rich Lang will join us around 8:30 as well from Post 85. But let's get a first message, Dave, from the Northern Rhode Island
Chamber of Commerce. My goodness. Well, we have a couple of emails in here. Now, the actual meetings and activities and things slow down during the summertime, as I told you. But they did all gather. And Melissa, you know, you're in the chamber newsletter too.
Ooh, wow. You are
There's a big
important.
picture of you over here.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Just to the left at the elbow of the governor as he signs that tangible tax exemption legislation.
Yes.
Is she
that you
smiling
work
in the
so
picture?
hard on. She certainly is.
All right, good.
She's
Yeah.
making sure that his hand doesn't shake.
It's
and then-
D-A-N.
And then, of course, Liz Catucci is there from
Yeah.
the chamber, looking on as well as many other fine souls who had a stake in the whole thing. So that's in the chamber newsletter there. It's very interesting. And, of course, just to remind you, the chamber was very, very much in favor of this, of course. And starting next year, 75% of Rhode Island businesses will no longer pay a tangible tax on equipment, computers, and furniture,
Yes.
because it's a $50,000 exemption.
Right. And it was originally
It's supposed to be
$100,000,
when
but
you did it, but that's the art of compromise, isn't it?
Yeah, it was agreed upon.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
It's okay.
But that
still,
means-
it's still really good. It was 85%. That tells you how much the top percent pay, because it was 85% at 100,000.
And I don't want to get preachy about this, but folks, I can imagine you sitting there or driving or whatever you're doing while you listen to us this morning and say, oh yeah, the businesses get this. Oh yeah, the businesses get that. Well, folks, where do you suppose the businesses get the money from? They get them for you. You know, when you've got all these taxes on the fixtures in your store, do you suppose that you're not paying for that in the price of everything you buy? It's a disguised tax of the public. The business may actually write out the check for it, but the business gets the money from their customers, you.
Right.
So this is something that you have to be happy about, I think. Very, very important. And I'd like to see some sort of because businesses get it up the rear end all the time from government. Why? Because, quote, businesses don't vote. And it's quite refreshing every once in a while
They sure do.
that it goes the other way and they say, businesses, they've taken it for a while, let's give one back to them.
Well,
and
the
that
small
seems a
bus-
little more fair.
Yeah, the small businesses are
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
This is
heartbeat
not
of
gonna
our
help
community.
CVS.
Right.
This is
right.
not
Yeah.
going to help Walgreens.
Mom and pops and family-owned businesses are the heart and soul of our communities. They're
They
what
are.
make our communities unique and vibrant. And when you shop at a local business, that money stays in the community, and like so many other, good things that businesses bring. And they employ tens of thousands of people.
Yeah. So anyway, in the Business Matters newsletter, we have information about that and lots of other fun things, some pictures of people that you know, of course. They are also at the Boys and Girls Club in Northern Rhode Island's big grand opening over there. Governor McKee was there and all. And one last thing before I click off on all of this is only a few spots left for the executive golf outing. That is coming up at Kirkbrae later on in the year, and we know that many of you do like to go to golf outings who are listening to us, and we just remind you that it's coming up, folks, and there's only a few spots left. It's September 19th. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, with registration. Start golfing and swinging a roo at 1 in the afternoon, and it's always a really great time at the Chamber Golf Outing. Joe?
All right. This is basically for the people listening in live on Friday morning. If you're listening to the replay, this is going to be past news. But we got a call in Friday morning asking us, Joe, do you have any idea what's going on with the Valley Breeze?
Yeah.
Because we went looking for the papers on Thursday, couldn't find them.
Right.
We went looking for them this morning, couldn't find them. And I said,
Guess
well,
what? We don't have them either.
I said, let me. That's why I went to go check. I said, ours have not been delivered. And then I went and checked on their website to see, well, maybe there's something up with their distribution or their production. And there was nothing listed on their website that they were having a problem. And within 3 minutes, about 3 minutes ago, Dave, the Valley Breezes were delivered here to
Oh, great.
so they're a
So
day
this
late.
is a distribution problem, probably because of the
day late
vacation.
because of the
week.
holiday on Tuesday. So day late getting the papers. So they're all going
Oh,
out
that's right.
today.
The paper goes to bed on Tuesday night and gets printed
Yeah.
Tuesday night into Wednesday, and that was a holiday, so it was delayed
So
a
they
day.
moved over a day.
Right.
So look
we
for
used
you-
to get that information right away with Tom,
With
but
Tom,
well, Tom's not coming to the show as often anymore.
So look for your Valley Breeze newspapers today in their usual spots where
Free
you
when
get
you
them.
shop this Friday.
All right. And the fun never ends, by the way, on Route 146.
Oh yeah, the splits.
The splits.
The
Yes, the splits are going away.
The splits will be a shift.
Right.
The lane
Southbound is
splits.
going to go from a split to a shift.
Yeah.
This week, next week on Friday,
Everybody
the
shifts
northbound
to the
will
left.
go from a split to a shift.
Yep. Okay. Could be worse. Could be the Sumner Tunnel. So hey.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, right.
The RIDOT said the changes are needed to continue rehabilitation work on the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So just be aware of that situation. All right.
And it's not terrible, I gotta say.
No.
It's not the worst. It does make people slow down a little bit, but
But that's okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
All right. So kudos, by the way, to the Providence Police, because I never thought they would be able to come up with these people that went into the Avon Theater and said we've got bombs and guns to create a panic, and who just ran out of the theater and then took off down Thayer Street or whichever way they ran. They were in Providence, but cameras are everywhere, and they've charged 4 teenagers.
Yep.
How about that? We don't have their ages, so we're going to make an assumption here. They're anywhere from 13 to 17. Since they say teenagers, no one is 18, so we don't have any names.
Okay, because I originally heard it was 3 adults and a teenager, but they were all teens.
Now it's 4 teenagers. Yeah.
Okay.
Charged with a connection with the bomb scare that they took place at the Avon Theater. This happened on June 26. Channel 12 reported that the 4 teens are being charged with disorderly conduct and will also face conspiracy charges. They've all been released on a promise to appear in court at a later date.
Well, all I can say
we
is
promise.
all I can say is you better show up, because when you don't, that's when the really big problems start.
You're right. So, Dave
It's
had-
one thing to make a bad decision. It's another thing to compound it
make-
by flipping off
make
the government.
more bad decisions.
Judges do not like that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they don't like being flipped off.
Have you actually seen those videos of people that have been charged, like they get sentenced for like 60 days for whatever they're doing, or whatever they've done, I should say, and then they swear at the judge, and the judge is like, what did he just say? And they say, bring him back, and now it's 6 months
Yep.
instead of 60
Yep.
days,
And they can do it.
and they can do it. It's
They
just-
can.
It's immediate. It's like I'm like, what are you thinking?
Hold your tongue.
But they don't, and mostly they're young and within 18
Right.
to about 22, who think they're just going to live forever, and
But-
and then they're shocked that they get 6 months.
Right, but even when you were younger, didn't you always remember at least someone telling you, at least my family did, like, this is another extension of, law enforcement, and you go in there and you make sure you dress nice, you say, yes, Your Honor, and no, Your Honor, and whatever happens, first of all, you show up. Secondly, you're presentable. And third, you just, ask for mercy, but then take whatever is handed to you, because if you don't, then the judge is going to turn around and say, no, okay, more.
But
All right, more.
on the videos you see, it's really for really minor infractions,
Yeah.
of traffic stuff and like that. So they're not there with a lawyer. They're just there
Right.
by themselves. So no one's telling them.
Right, no one's
how to
advising
act.
them.
And
You know,
keep
you-
your mouth shut and.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
and move on, and you're gonna get a light sentence.
Do the crime, do the time.
That's right, and shut up about it. So.
And yeah.
So, anyway, they are pretty funny to watch if you actually go and see them. Good news out of Providence, the city councilor that was in that accident out in L.A. She was in the ICU for a while. She's
Yeah.
been at least been released from the ICU. So that's terrific. She was hit by an ATV in California back in June, but she's been
The irony.
Yeah. Released from the hospital, intensive care. Not out of the hospital yet, at least out of the
Right.
ICU. So things are
Wow.
going in the right direction. Why do you say it's ironic?
Just because we have such an ATV problem in Providence.
Oh, that she was hit with one out there, too?
Right.
Okay. But things are moving well. So
Good. I'm glad.
as the headline reads, out of left field comes this guy. He says, "I'll buy McCoy Stadium and I'll return
Where
baseball."
were you
Where were
5
you?
years ago?
That's right, or even less than that. Where were you 2
Yeah.
years ago before we
Okay.
put the vote to the people of the city of Pawtucket? Have you heard this story?
No.
What's his name here?
Who is the
he-
savior?
He's he's a billionaire real estate tycoon. His name is Stefan Soloviv.
Okay.
He spent
one of
a
your
couple of
chums?
years. Probably
Never
not.
heard of him.
He
Never
only
heard of him,
spent he only spent a couple of years in Rhode Island when he was an undergrad at URI. And he's from New York and really loved Rhode Island. He's never been to McCoy Stadium. He was never to a game. But everybody, well, all the Rhode Islanders down at URI kept telling him what a great place this is. And he's like, nice. Well, that's great. So he gets out of school. He goes wherever he goes. He joins his father's real estate stuff. And now he's made $1 gazillion. He's grown up. He's married. He's gotten kids. And one of his kids took a drone video flyby of what McCoy looks like now. And he's like, he thinks he can make money there. However, you talk to the mayor, Don Grabian, down there in Pawtucket, who says, hey, we're in stage 2 of this
Yeah.
process to put a high school there. So
Yeah.
he's late. Like you said, where were you 5 years
Right.
ago? And he thinks he could build. He wanted to buy it for like $1 million, the stadium and the land, and then he would refurbish it with all his own money. Nothing from the state, because he's heard about dealing with the state of Rhode Island. He goes, and he wants nothing to do with it. Nope, it's all my own
Smart
money.
boy.
I will do it all on my own. And but the mayor is saying, well, you can't do it here. And then what's funny, in the article I read, which is in the Journal, you'd have to go look it up, was they asked him, well, they got that whole soccer stadium thing. Would
Yeah.
you like to get in on that? And he's
Yeah.
like, absolutely not.
No.
And that's it. There's
So many
there's no more
government
discussion
encumbrances on that
Maybe that
deal.
must be it. But he doesn't go into any detail on that. It's one quick, no, not interested. Okay, next question. But Don Grabian, the Pawtucket mayor, wants to talk to this guy because they still have the Apex property that they want to do something with. And that's where the Pawtucket Red Sox wanted to go.
It would make a fine place for a baseball stadium. I always thought so.
Yes, and right there on the corner, right on one of the S curves there.
Yeah.
And you know, it wouldn't be a AAA team that would come because
Right.
Worcester's too close, but AA or single A or instructional would be perfect. And if they could attract a single A team, because I don't think the AA team will leave Maine, but the single A team, which is down in Virginia or South Carolina, I forget, if they wanted to come up here and be closer to Boston, that would work great. And
Yeah.
they would get a crowd. If it's not a Boston affiliate, I don't know what kind of crowd they're going to draw, but I would love to see a park go there, see if he could do it. I think he was a little naive about fixing up McCoy Stadium and how much it would cost. I think it's going to be a lot more than what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Once you get inside and take a look at the crumbling
I
78-year-old building.
I can't wait to see when they dig up there and find
What's there?
the DPW truck.
The trucks, yeah. It was a
Oh,
swamp.
you didn't know about that?
Before
Oh, no.
it was
That whole neighborhood
Yeah.
had a very, very high water table.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a swamp. And they, back in the 40s, you redeveloped swamps. You filled them in, right? That's before all these very enlightened things come
Enlightened-
along.
our
yeah.
enlightened times.
And you have to re-import toads and things like that should have been there. But there was a DPW truck that was there working on the project, and it got stuck, and it got more stuck, and more stuck, and eventually the word is they ended up just burying it there because they couldn't pull it out.
So it's under the.
Now
Oh
I
my
wasn't there at the
goodness.
time,
It's under
but
second
this is the legend of McCoy Stadium, and it has not
amazing.
been debunked.
And
Okay.
back when Pawtucket was still there and they would work on the field, they would still find car parts come to the top of the come to the surface,
so the story
like oil
goes.
caps and things like that. So yeah, so this
Wow.
legend has it, it's still there.
Legend has it.
So when they knock down McCoy and start digging, we'll see what they come across.
Okay, so this brings up a couple of issues. So they've gone out to bond for the school. Obviously, they need updated
It's been
schools.
voted on, yes.
Right. It's been voted on.
All approved.
Yep, all approved, ready to go. And they need new schools. Many communities do, including Woonsocket. So schools are dated in a lot of this part of the state. But if we have all that junk under there, the remediation when they go to do, test the soil and make sure it's safe for the kids to go and be there, just maybe would create some problems I can foresee. Perhaps.
It was
Might be a
always-
little glitch.
It was always safe to go there to watch a baseball game.
I know, but I think that's different.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what happens when
We'll
they
see. We'll
when they
see.
start when
We'll
they start
see.
digging.
I don't wish any,
Well,
any
Woonsocket
ill will
went
or
through
glitches.
the same thing.
but-
Davison Avenue dump, gone, right?
Yeah.
Capped over,
Yes.
right? You can put soccer
play
fields there,
soccer
but
on
you
it.
can't put a school there.
Right. Okay. Well, we got to wait till after July 16th. That's when the Pawtucket has their next fireworks display, unless it rains. And then they can knock it down, and then when they can start digging, we'll see what happens.
Right, because it was supposed to be Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
July. No. Yeah. July 3rd.
That's right.
So we'll see what happens if this guy Stefan Soloviv wants to move forward, maybe with the Apex project. Maybe he wants to build something new.
Maybe Stefan wants to come to Woonsocket.
Maybe he does. Get a hold of him.
I
I don't know how, but
I don't know how. But
all right. We got to take a break here on the Coffee Amp program. So, Dave, it's time for your second message, please, from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce.
We'll give you a lot of details in our first message. Joe, let's just remind you of the telephone number. After 9 o'clock this morning or any weekday, you can get someone there at the chamber and ask questions about all kinds of different things. Grants that might be available for your business or your business venture. Maybe even just advertising, because you can use the chamber list to reach other people who might be interested in being your partner with something. Or, of course, when the fall comes again, they'll start up all those almost weekly little meetings and mixers and stuff. You get what you put into it. You get out of it what you put into it with a chamber membership. And to find out how inexpensive it can be as far as your dues is concerned, is a sliding scale, folks. If you're a small fry, you don't pay that much. Call 334-1000 after 9 o'clock this morning and find out how the chamber can help you.
For an Allstate agent, providing protection options that fit your life is something they take, well, personally. Allstate agents are committed to learning about your needs and helping customize protection to meet them. From bundling your home and auto insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage, your Allstate agent can help build an insurance proposal that fits your life. And just as important as learning what you need is learning what you don't. Because helping you get coverage you want with savings you deserve is what Allstate is all about. It's time to get coverage that's catered to you. Are you in good hands? Call Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, two locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. One telephone number, 765-5000. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What does it mean that our customers are our owners? It means that we don't have shareholders like a bank. We have owners, like you. And though we don't have traditional shareholders, we do share. We share values, expectations, and yes, profits, in the form of better rates, lower fees, and dividends. Our customers are our owners. Our owners are our customers. Come join us. Navigate Credit Union.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
ON, AM, and FM.
It is Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Melissa Murray and Dave Richards. We're being
That's me.
joined on the phone right now by Meg Rigo.
Megster's here.
How you doing, Meg?
Good morning. I'm well. How's everyone doing?
I think
Doing well.
We're doing okay. So pretty
Really
good.
sweating that weather forecast, are we, Meg?
I mean, when my own personal weatherman and weather channel, LN Radio, gives me incredible updates telling me it's going to be sunny, I don't know what else. Like, it's a great day. It's a great day.
So pretty good show last week with Steve Smith, correct?
Oh,
Had the
audience
place
had
jumping?
a blast.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Every person I walked by at the end of the night was smiling and just said what a wonderful time they had. It was incredible. It was a great night at the park.
even
that's
I
great.
had an incredible time.
Did you hear what happened with Dave and
you know,
Meg?
it takes so much after so many years of broadcasting, over 50 years of broadcasting. You know what it takes to floor Dave Richards, completely flabbergasted? Steve Smith did it.
What did he do?
You didn't see? Well, you've got so many things to worry about while the concert's going on. Remember last week when we were on with Steve Smith and he was on the phone along with you, and we were going to finish the interview and go off to a song that I used in the promo commercial for the concert. I said, this is my favorite Steve Smith and the Naked songs. There's a lot of good ones, but this is my favorite, Hang On, Hold Tight. And so we played it. And so when they came up to play Hang On, Hold Tight, they'd already talked about these insane people that woke him up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go on the radio a couple of times. And then he says, this one's for the guys in the truck. And
But there's more, Meg.
Oh, but there's more, Meg. So he's singing the song, and the band's going along. He steps off the stage while he's singing, walks through the crowd, and Dave Tebow, my cameraman, is following him. And then he walks out of the shot, and I start screaming at Dave, you lost Steve. And Dave's trying to figure out how he lost him.
Where he went.
He wasn't in the camera view anymore because he walked into the truck and sang a chorus with Dave Richards during the performance.
That
great.
is something.
Isn't that cool?
What a memory. You don't get me often, but boy, that one really knocked me down.
So
I
Dave's-
couldn't believe
Dave's
And I
got
had
his-
no cameras inside the truck to turn on because why would I turn one on?
It just has to be a memory, Dave.
Yep.
It is.
He's having a moment.
So Dave
It
started
is.
singing harmony with Steve.
That's right. I was singing harmony because that's what I do. I naturally sing harmony, guys. That's how I was learned. But the Dave Tebow's laughing his pants off over there, right next to. He's got the controls of the camera, which can't find Steve because Steve's gone inside the truck.
Oh my goodness.
What a great memory,
that's
and
great.
Great Levitt memories. Probably one of my favorite Levitt memories. Favorite. That's gotta relegate the one where I'm on the air in the Kia because the truck was out of service and it's pouring rain on my rear end with my rear end hanging out of the passenger door, rear door, going on the air during a rain shower. That one takes number 2 to Steve coming over and singing with me.
All right. So
Truly a
tonight,
testament of how many folks were
Yeah.
in the park last week. I saw none of that happen. It was amazing. It was a very
Amazing.
fun event.
Yeah, really. But there was big crowds, and the food trucks probably did very well last week too, right?
They did. The food trucks did great.
Who do we
Heroes
have for
was
food
very
trucks
happy.
tonight, dear?
Tonight we have, and though I've got to get better at pronouncing my Spanish. I've been working with Ishani on this. Enojitos de mi tierra lanita. It's a taco truck.
Well,
we
that's not
have
bad.
Thank you.
You
thank
did pretty well.
I have Twisted Churros, who is a churro truck, and then a new truck in the park for us is Devour, and she does soul food.
Is Renee coming back?
Renee is coming back in the future. She's not here this week.
Cool. All
It's
right.
all break.
And now, is Marlon going to be back on stage? I understood he took 2 weeks off. You had to,
Thank
and for some
goodness.
reason, Ishani couldn't come in last week, right?
You
So
know,
you ended up being
sometimes-
MC.
Sometimes people get sick, and
Yeah, that
then
could happen, yeah.
you get passed down some responsibilities. So, yes, I moonlighted as our MC last week. Nobody needs to listen to me again this week because our one and only Marlon Infinite the Ghost has returned from his cross-country road trip in his RV with his family. And so I think after being in a tin can with his family for 2 weeks, he should be very, very excited to be outside on stage with hundreds of people in River Island Art Park.
All
so
right.
tonight's artist is Kashana,
Yeah.
doing Rhythm of the Blues. She, Dave, from New York. Is that what you said in the program?
I don't think I did say.
No?
No,
Oh, okay.
Kashana is not from New York. Am I right?
I believe she's from Nashville. And,
Nashville,
I
that's
guess
what-
Yes,
that's what you
Nashville.
said.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
from Nashville. I saw
And
her
she
here.
writes beautiful songs, and she sings beautifully, and she's a beautiful lady. This is the side of music that will inspire you and empower you as a human being. There's no sexism here. It's simply reinventing yourself, getting through adversity, inspiring you to move on with life and be a better version of yourself. Very, very nice message with Kashana tonight at about 7 o'clock. And before that, we have our friends from the tribe. Our friends of the feather will be here, the Eastern Medicine Singers. Do you know if their Yiddish friend, the Jewish guitarist, is coming tonight, or are they working this without him?
Without him.
Without him. That's what I thought.
The Eastern Medicine Singers this evening. I believe there might have been some contractual difficulties there because later this month, the Eastern Medicine Singers with Johann Gott are playing Newport Folk, and so they have to be careful with what they scheduled earlier in their season because of radius clauses. Go figure. You potentially couldn't have booked your own friends from Woonsocket, the Eastern Medicine Singers, because they're big-time gig Newport Folk.
Oh, I get it. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. Like, for instance, they're saying to themselves, now you understand this, Meg, because you're in the business and you put on these shows and you make the negotiations and you try to schedule everything to happen on one night, a certain particular time. So you understand that the city got rained out on the 2nd of July. They had already determined it was going to be the 7th of July for their make good, because that's when they could get everybody together in the park. You have to work around schedules for the bands, schedules for the trucks, and this and all the rest of that sort of stuff. So simultaneously, what we've been saying is that you can go on over to World War II Park at 4 o'clock, have some fun, come over to River Island Art Park at 6 o'clock, spend some very nice time with us in a totally different atmosphere. And you told me earlier this week you're going to tweak the schedule to get everybody out of River Island Art Park in time to go look at the fireworks. Am I right?
We have made magic happen in Woonsocket tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, visitors have many options. There's going to be great entertainment all around, and I love having the best of all worlds, and I think that is what we have managed to accomplish this evening. So absolutely, we've tweaked the sets a little bit, so the headliner will conclude by 8:30, 8:35, and from my calculations, that gives you plenty of time to take a nice leisurely walk down to World War II.
Down to the social section. You can see the fireworks from anywhere in social. And they do. Some people go up on Burnside
Get out of our
Avenue,
trees.
you know, for the bird's eye view, but and even up on Vernon Street. But yeah, you'll be able to find a nice place to go watch the fireworks. So Woonsocket's the place to be. Levitt, we want to see you in the park. Free concert. Come on by. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you can't go out, we will have it on the radio and the TV, which is very important to me, of course, and to an awful lot of people we're noticing who are watching and listening to our broadcasts. We're very, very pleased. Well, I'd almost say flattered with the amount of listenership that we get on our Levitt series here on the radio station, which we support so very, very much. And so, Meg, going to be a big time at River Island Art Park tonight, a big time for anybody in Woonsocket, and anyone who's sitting home watching reruns of Love Boat, shame on you.
At the very least, watch live concert at River Island Art Park.
That's right.
Courtesy of our friends at ON Radio. Well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing everyone tonight.
All right, Meg.
See you in the park around 4, Meg.
Yay, sounds good. So long.
Have a great night. Thanks for calling. Meg Rigo from Levitt Amp here on ON Radio. We're going to take a break right now, and it's time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Compassion International.
Mostly sunny skies today with a high of 88 degrees. Tonight, increasingly cloudy, overnight low of 69. Saturday's weather, partly sunny with a high of 87. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high of 82 and a chance of a shower. Monday, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy skies and 79. Tuesday's weather, partly sunny and 84. Wednesday, mostly sunny and 88. Next Thursday, mostly sunny and 87.
Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street with sunny skies, we have 77 degrees. Drought, war, and rising food prices have devastated families in poverty. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group, 68 Cumberland Street in Woonsocket. Our telephone number is 765-8880. In business, you don't last long if you don't know what you're doing. And if that's the case, I must know a thing or two. I've been in the investing business since 1987, helping people just like you with their investments. At the Carew Investment Group, we employ a conservative approach to client portfolios by using only the best quality companies available, many of which pay a quarterly dividend. We look for opportunities that we expect will go up in value, not every day, but over time. We take our responsibilities seriously and always place our client needs first in any investment decision. If you want to know more or would like a free portfolio review of your current holdings, call Ed at 765-8880. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA, NSIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, everyone. This is State Representative Steve Casey, and I'm running for the United States Congress in Congressional District 1. I'd like to invite you to join me for a free beer and dynamite party this Friday night, July 7th, at the Woonsocket Elks Club, 380 Social Street in Woonsocket. Please stop by any time between 5 and 9 p.m. and find out how you can help me get to Washington. It's a signature party and meet the candidate night. Again, that's Friday, 5 to 9 p.m. at the Woonsocket Elks Club. See you there.
This Friday night, July 7th, at the Levitt Amp Woonsocket Free Concert at River Island Art Park, we open with the Native American sounds of the Eastern Medicine Singers. Then our headliner from Nashville. She's beautiful and shares an inspirational and empowering message in her songs. It's the rhythm and blues of Kashana. Live music, food trucks, on-site bar, kids activities, and activities for everyone with the dynamic Jerry from Jerry's Bluffing Boutique. If you can't come this week, the concerts will be broadcast live over the air on ON, AM, and FM stereo radio and streamed live at WoonsocketRadio.com or watch in your home on your smart TV via the ON Worldwide channel on YouTube. Our broadcast is sponsored in part by Rhode Island State Senator Roger Pickard, Woonsocket City Council Vice President Valerie Gonzalez, Woonsocket School Committee Chair Paul Bourget, and Woonsocket City Councilman Brian Thompson.
We've unlocked the vaults, and we're replaying Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 80s. This week is from July 4th, 1987. That's when Chris de Burgh danced with the Lady in Red. Fleetwood Mac lived to see the Seven Wonders. Level 42 taught us lessons in love. And Heart asked, how do I get you alone? You'll hear those songs, all the top 40 hits, and the long-distance dedications from July 4th, 1987, right here on Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 80s.
This portion of the Coffee Air program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding in 1996, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism anywhere makes these cities and towns better places to live in. We believe that truth has value and should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story.
All right, Coffee and on ON Radio. Hi there. This is Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards, Melissa Murray, and we're being joined by Rich Lade from Post 85.
Hey,
here in the city with
back
there.
again.
Rooster is back in the saddle again. So, tell us what's up at the Post.
All right. Well, like usual, we have our bands going on. So tomorrow night we got that's July 8th from 7 to 11. We have a band called The Noise. They're going to be playing underneath our pavilion. And of course, I had mentioned a few times, I'm a little upset, so I got to be very careful.
Well, please do. All right.
On July 15th, I'd been announcing that we were going to have a night of Zeppelin.
Right.
Oh, saying it ain't so.
Unfortunately,
Oh, it's
that's
so.
not going to happen.
Oh.
And, well, you know, and this is where I got to be careful because I do represent the Post. I don't want to give you my personal opinion on what's happened here, but this is my prepared statement that I've been given by our entertainment director.
Read it verbatim. No ad-libbing. Go.
Unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our control,
Right.
which is American Legion Post 85,
Right.
a Night of Zeppelin chose to cancel their appearance. They've been replaced by one of our favorite bands, the All Over Band.
All over, yeah.
Yes, so they will be coming on July 15th. But from what I understand, the Night of Zeppelin is playing on July 15th, just not at our place.
Okay.
Oh.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll let them buy an ad.
Yeah, that you know. Here's what I do know factually is that we had confirmed it with them on June the 27th, to the
Right.
point where they asked us what time they could set up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. Yeah, yeah, Joe.
Business.
But yeah,
Business is
happened.
business.
Business happens.
Joe
business,
just did the
so-
universal symbol,
Of
hand
money,
symbol
money,
for
money.
Yep.
business is business.
Yep. But for all the people out there that are expecting to hear Night of Zeppelin, that will not be happening on July 15th. We're sorry to say. But please.
Some people would prefer that.
Yeah. Yep. I know the people up on the hill from the post.
Fairmount.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
happy,
from
yeah.
Fairmount,
Fairmount
they're
way,
probably
yeah.
pretty happy. But yeah, like I said, we got the Noise tomorrow night, and on July 15th, All Over Band has decided to come over and fill in,
We've seen
and
that on the
we're real
website, by the
happy.
way.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I got the updated list here for Melissa, so and you guys. So
Radio Badlands coming up the week
Radio
after that.
Badlands coming up on July 21st, and then of
And
course
then
the night after
New
that.
Wrestling Extreme.
Absolutely. Joe, you got your spandex all set?
I've
You
been
and
work-
me in
I've
the
been
middle
work-
of the ring?
I've been working out, Rich. Let's get our moves down together.
We're going to
Get
do
your
like
belts.
we're going to do like an
Little tag
Elon
team.
Musk Zuckerberg thing. Is that it? Is
It'll
that
be
it?
except better.
Yeah, much better. Much
Much
better.
better.
I think it will be.
Yep, but
That's Saturday. That's Saturday nights.
I do
Yeah,
a pretty mean
yeah.
headlock, Rich.
yep, but
Saturday
yeah,
the 22nd, I should say.
yeah, Saturday the 22nd. Yep. And like I said, July 20. That's a Friday night, July 21st, for Radio Badlands. So we're going to, you know, it's like a 2-for-1 that weekend. You know, you come in, you see Radio Badland on a Friday, July 21st, and the wrestling on July 22nd. And then, I mean, to move a little bit later on in August, we have a weekend that I think people might want to make note of out there. On Saturday, August 19th, we have two bands. We got one, a band from 1 to 5 p.m. and another band from 7 to 11 p.m. But on that August 19th date, we do a golf ball drop over at the Post. I don't know if people out there are familiar with it, but basically we sell golf balls at $10 a golf ball, and you pick your number of golf ball. We sell 200 of them, and then we get a hoist and we lift them golf balls in a bag.
Can I
about
have a
50
golf ball numbered 1240?
1240. I'll put one in there for you if you want 1240. Absolutely, we
I
can
don't know.
do that.
You wouldn't go up
We
that
can-
high, would you?
No, but we'll just take one of the 200 out and make it 1240 instead of
Oh,
number
aren't you
whatever.
something?
That's all. We'll do
Aren't
that
you-
for
I'm
you.
teasing you.
No, we'll
I'm
do
just
that.
pulling your leg,
Absolutely,
pal.
absolutely. And if that one makes it in the hole and wins the money, then you know, we'll just take half of it for having to prepare
There you
that
go.
golf ball.
Sure,
you
why
know?
not? It's a
Labor-
numbering
la-
charge.
A labor charge. you
Yes.
know? But yeah, and we take the golf balls and we drop them from about 50, 60 feet in the air. And of course, if your number of golf ball lands in the hole, I think we do I want to say the prize breakdown is 500, 300, and 200. That's the prize breakdown for and of course the Post, you know, gets a little bit of money out of it.
Of course.
Everybody has a good time, but it's a great day that day. We have a barbecue and foods going and stuff like that. But so put that down, August 19th. Like I said, you got two bands, 1 to 5 p.m. and 7 to 11 p.m., so you can enjoy yourself and have a great day. We're still going with the VA rides for our veterans. And once I like to announce it every week, is that we provide rides to veterans that have VA medical appointments or your own private medical appointments. this is all done out of Post 85 with the courtesy vehicle that was donated to us by Ariel Chevrolet out in Mendon, Massachusetts. We're not sponsored by the VA. Like I said, we do this totally on our own. All you got to do as a veteran is pick up the phone, call the American Legion Post 401-766-7585, and the person will answer the phone there. You give them your name, your telephone number. I'm the duty officer. They'll call me. I'll call you. We'll set up your ride for your medical appointment. We take you to the ride. We wait for you at your medical appointment, and we bring you home, and there is absolutely no charge for us to do this. As a matter of fact, I had a nice, interesting conversation this morning with a lovely lady by the name of Paula, and she runs a veterans club down the Lincoln Senior Center. So I will be heading down to the Lincoln Senior Center on July 27th to address the Veterans Club down there and let them know a little bit more about what's going on with the courtesy vehicles. So,
For more information on Rich Elaine's personal appearances,
yes, and I make those personal appearances with no charge. Autographs are $5 a piece. But yeah, like I said, we're trying to stay as active as possible. Down the post. Of
You
course,
didn't
it's
mention the meat
summertime.
raffle, did you, on Sundays?
Oh no, we do the meat raffles on
Yeah.
Sundays. Yeah, the meat raffles are a lot of fun. We start usually right around 4:00 or so, and we got a variety of meats that are that we purchase. I can't remember the name of the place now, but it's off of right near the right near the
Butcher Brothers.
The Butcher Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they took over for.
I
Can't
don't
remember the name of the other place, but
The
it's
folks
Butcher
who aren't
Brothers.
there
It used to be
anymore.
Shaw's.
Shaw's Meats.
Yeah, Shaw's.
Yeah,
Used to be
yeah,
Shaw's
yeah.
down there. That's right.
One of the two independent Shaw's meats.
That's
yes.
right.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I have won a couple of times down at the meat raffle, and boy, I'll tell you, they do a heck of a job with
Good
their
cuts.
good
They
cuts
do.
of meat down there and everything. So, yeah, so come on down on a Sunday right around 4:00 or so, and get yourself a beverage and sit down. We're open to the public. A lot of people still don't realize that. We're open to the public, so if you're going by there and see the door open, feel free to come down, have a beverage, and of course visit the Eternal Flame Memorial site we have up there too. But that's pretty much what's going on, I guess.
Very good. Well done, Rich.
All right, Rich, very good. Thank you. All right, other things going on. Well, if you're one of the new people in Rhode Island that got one of them new driving privilege cards,
Wait,
Good.
because you're an undocumented alien.
that's right. Don't drive in Florida because they won't accept it.
That's right.
The Florida
You'll be
Department of
driving
Highway
without the
Safety
license
and
down
Motor
there.
Vehicles has published a list of out-of-state driver's licenses. They will no longer be accepted. So it's Rhode Island, Connecticut, Vermont, Delaware, and Hawaii.
Can't figure out why Massachusetts isn't in that mix.
They haven't started to give out the driver privilege
okay.
cards yet.
Oh, that's right. They're still
coming.
interviewing.
So they won't allow any drivers from Rhode Island, or just the privilege
They
cards?
won't. They will not recognize as a driver's license
Mm-hmm.
the driving privilege card.
The license they
That's
will.
special.
Right. Okay. So it's Rhode Island. What other
Connecticut,
state? Connecticut,
Vermont,
Vermont,
Delaware,
and
Delaware,
Hawaii.
and
Those
Hawaii. So
folks
just
in
in
Hawaii who took a left turn at Honolulu
I was
ended
going
up
to
here.
say,
Ended up in Miami.
just in case you were driving around in Hawaii and you end up in
Bill.
Miami,
Florida will add
your magical boat car.
Florida will add
So if
Massachusetts
you-
in a couple of months.
So anyway, at all the different times when you would provide a driver's license for identification,
Yeah.
either driving stop or whatever like that, Florida will look at it and say, just another piece of paper, show us some real ID.
Give us the real. What else you got?
And then what? Impound your
how are
car
you-
and arrest you?
Well,
or?
at that point, my understanding from people who live in Florida, who hear a little bit more about this than the story we get up here,
Yeah.
is that the intent is not to take your car and all the rest of that sort of. The intent is to say you are not driving with a driver's license that our state recognizes. Get a driver to take your car away, or we will have to tow it.
Like a Florida driver.
Right.
Yeah.
Get somebody with a driver's license that Florida recognizes to drive this
and
car.
they can drive
and
it.
you may not operate it. You may be a passenger. But it's not Gestapo, okay, you're going to jail, your car's going to the pound. because-
Everybody,
But they could.
everybody in
they,
the clink.
they have the right to do that, but according to the folks in Florida, that's not their announced intent.
I hope not.
Okay.
Well,
They're just simply saying that there are actually laws in every of the 50 states and the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico and all the rest of the possessions and
Guam.
auxiliary places, Guam, American Samoa, and places like that, that if you have a driver's license from any one of the other jurisdictions, it is recognized by your jurisdiction as being a proper legal privilege to operate on public roads. However, Florida has said, we don't agree with it, we won't do it here, and if some other state gives you this thing, we're not recognizing it here.
Right. Really, it's just them signaling that they don't like the idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's a
if you
protest on their part.
Yeah.
And
It's
if
a,
you-
it's a, it's a, per, well, on the part of the governor, really.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the governor's campaign, whatever.
Right. Right. It's part of a larger campaign.
ahead,
Sorry,
Rich.
go ahead.
if you get pulled over, Melissa, in Florida with one of these quote unquote fake
Well, she
licenses,
couldn't because
and,
she's a legal person.
No, but she was saying, are they going to arrest you? No, just don't make them angry. Don't look at the cop and go, well, what? Well,
I think that goes in any case, right?
Be nice to the popo, as they say, right?
All right, we got to take a break here on the
Probably
coffee.
generally a good piece of advice.
Let's take a break here on the Coffee Ant program, and this portion of Coffee Ant's been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspapers, which just arrived on Friday morning because of the holiday. Dave, what do you have in your hands?
I have the North Smithfield, Blackstone, and Woonsocket edition of the Valley Breeze this week, Joe, and there's all kinds of interesting stories here. I see Bella Pelletier is talking about the Woonsocket Middle School designer saying the conversion, it could take up to 2 years because it's such a massive project. Who's surprised about that? Raise your hand. Not me. But, it's what has to happen. The planned indoor skate park. Oh, I'm sure Melissa would love to comment on this. The planned indoor skate park in Pawtucket is now shifting to Woonsocket, according to Ethan Shorey in the Valley Breeze this week. And North Smithfield sees 120 crashes at 3 intersections.
All on
Would
Mineral
you like
Spring?
To know which ones they are?
All on Mineral Spring Avenue.
No, Mineral Spring Avenue is not in North Smithfield.
Oh, I thought you said
You're
North
thinking
Providence.
North-
Okay,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
not
I'm
Miserable
sorry.
Spring.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
As I like to call
North
it.
Smithfield's 120 crashes, they're saying, at 3 different intersections. The top intersection for crashes, should I make
Yeah.
people get the breeze?
No. Well,
Okay,
I
all
want
right.
to know.
In North Smithfield is the notorious junction of Eddie Dowling Highway and Sales Hill
Yep.
Road.
Yep.
According to Rhode Island Department of Transportation,
Really?
more than 171,000 vehicles travel that intersection
All right.
each day. And the major intersection saw 65 crashes between July of last year and June 29th of this year. What do you know?
That's a
and
lot.
I'll let you pick up the breeze to find out what number 2 and number 3 are.
All right.
Okay, but I think that that's good reporting. It's
I'm
kind
not
of interesting.
surprised about that, though.
Plus, right, you're not surprised at all. And I also have in my hand the Cumberland Lincoln edition of the Valley Breeze newspapers. Of course, great pictures here from the parade on Tuesday. I saw Bob Emerson there. Isn't he the one that took this picture? Yeah, Bob Emerson's the one that took the picture of the young lad here. Camden Jackson with 8 flags affixed to his costume, and that doesn't count his trousers, which are also imprinted as an American flag. Remember back in the 60s when you couldn't do that? You get arrested, Rich? That'll set Rich off.
Well, no, they used to wear the flag on their butts.
Yeah,
and,
right.
You know,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And then, of course, we have the all clear now for the new community center at Diamond Hill Park in Cumberland. Ethan Shorey has the story. And neighbors are voicing concerns over Lonsdale school plan. Sophia Barr has a story in the breeze. Of course, lots of great pictures, too. Lots of ads from good, reputable local places that you will want to do business with. It's the Valley Breeze newspaper, free where you shop every Thursday, except for this week because there was a Tuesday holiday.
Thanks, Dave. More Coffee Ant coming up. Stay tuned. The largest law firm in Northern Rhode Island is Brule, Nault, and Hanley, PC of Cumberland. They focus on Medicaid and elder law, estate planning, and probate and guardianship. They have helped thousands of clients prepare wills and trusts and save their family homes and other assets from loss due to nursing home expenses. The attorneys at Brule, Nault, and Hanley have more than 100 years of collective service and are licensed to practice law in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. To set an appointment, call 401-334-4545, 334-4545, or visit their website, bnhri.com. Brule, Nault, and Hanley PC, 1334 Mendon Road, Cumberland. Website again is bnhri.com.
The S. DePardo Memorial Chapel is a family business and dedicated to the highest standards of the profession. They believe in listening to each family's needs and providing options that are suitable to every particular situation, including calling hours, type of religious service or other forms of committal, and many other important details. The S. DePardo Memorial Chapel welcomes your questions about cremation, traditional burials, and pre-planning. The S. DePardo Memorial Chapel's beautiful Victorian-style facility is located at 1583 Diamond Hill Road, Woonsocket. Sue DePardo, proprietor, 767-5577.
The St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center is celebrating Christmas in July at Cellos in Woonsocket on July 16th. This family-friendly event will feature tropical holiday music, summer Christmas decor, and of course Santa and Mrs. Claus will be on hand for pictures. Participate and be entered to win special prizes. To participate, pick up a sponsor card at these supporting businesses: The Honey Shop, Timeless Antiques, Champ's Diner, Missy's Family Restaurant, Belo's Flowers, Vos True Value Hardware, Little General, or print the card online from the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website.
It's Coffee and here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Rich Lane and Melissa Murray and Dave Richards. And down in Providence,
Who cares about
Aramark,
Providence, Joe?
Aramark
Who cares about
has to lay off
Providence?
their employees because they lost the contract to serve the food at the Providence schools. A contract was awarded to ABM Industries, so watch for all the Aramark employees to run over to ABM. Can we be hired? Can we be hired? Tensions grew about the company's performance, that would be Aramark, from the release of a 2019 Johns Hopkins report on the state of Providence schools. They attacked the food distribution, I guess, as well. It happens, right?
Contracts come, contracts go.
Yep.
Companies come, companies go. We get all that. But it's a state law. They have to tell the state, oh, by the way, we don't have the contract. We're laying off 200 people.
And they have to do it by July 31st.
They have to do that by law.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is. And then the 200 people have all been told. The government's been told. They'll find some other way to persevere. And another group of folks are going to have to come in and set up shop. And they're going to need folks to do the work.
So I want to get Rich's take on this because, Rich, you were a guard at a prison, right?
Yes,
All right. Well, take a listen to this. 2 inmates crawled out of an eastern Arkansas jail. The Forest City
Well, they
Police
don't let them
Department
walk out, Joe.
says Jerry Reyes and Justin Williams escaped from the St. Francis County Jail. Doesn't that sound like a nice place?
Yeah,
St.
yeah.
Francis County Jail on Monday. They were in the exercise area, Rich, when they reportedly crawled under the fence and made their escape.
That's too easy.
The pair remain at large. And anyone with information is asked to call 911 immediately. Don't engage with them.
How long were they left unsupervised?
Well, that's the question, Rich. Aren't the guards watching these guys in
Well,
the
the
yard?
first thing I would have to know is what level security the facility
Well,
is.
I don't know.
I'm guessing
it's only a county jail, so
county
it's probably
jail.
low.
Well, I would have to think that it's probably a pre-release
All right.
center. If it's just a fence that they had to crawl under,
Right.
I mean,
otherwise-
in
otherwise
Massachusetts,
they go down 3 or 4 feet with a stone wall.
Yeah.
And you're not digging under that one.
in Mass, pre-releases haven't even got fences around
Yeah.
them. So you got Pondville down by in the Walpole area. And
What
I
are
mean,
they
that's
going to
a
do with
pre-release
Walpole
center.
now? They say they're shutting it
No,
down.
that's shut down. That facility's completely shut down. The big wall facility off of Route 1 there, that's done.
Really?
They locked the doors and closed that up, I want to say 3 weeks ago or something.
The story I got is that it was about to happen. It might have been 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it's done. It's
Yeah.
done. They locked the doors for good. And, that place...
They don't have any lack of inmates, so they had to put them someplace else, right?
No, well, the only maximum security facility you have in Massachusetts now is down at Sousa Baranowski in Shirley.
But I thought Shirley was for women only.
No, Framingham.
Framingham's for
Framingham
women?
is where the women's prison is, yeah.
But Shirley's a woman's name.
Don't call me Shirley.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Here we go.
But so, Rich, do you think someone is going to be blamed for this?
No, I mean, like I said, I'd have to know what level
Security, okay.
security the prison was.
All right.
And once
But
you
if they were
find that out,
pre-release,
then
they're no longer pre-release.
yeah, even minimum. I mean, if it's just a fence around the place, And you'd have to know whether there was actually a correction officer watching them. I mean, I did 2 roles in the Department of Corrections. I was not only a correction officer, I was a recreational officer. So recreational officers, they're the ones that usually sit where the inmates are working hard or lifting weights or things like that. So, you know, and that's not to cast aspersions on rec officers. They got a tough job to do too. But, you know, yeah, I'd have to see what the facility was all about. And
The rec
everything.
officers are with the inmates while they have deadly weapons in their hands.
Well, you know, the funny part about it is that when I, God, talk about bringing back
You're
a memory.
giving an inmate a deadly weapon, and then you're just watching him.
When I first got hired a long time ago as a recreational officer, one of the reasons I was hired is one of the gentlemen in the interview board there I had recognized some years back. I won't say his name, and the inmates there were playing street hockey, floor hockey in the gymnasium. It's a medium security facility. And I used to be a referee in a men's street hockey league in the Worcester area. So the minute I walked into the interview process, the gentleman recognized me from being one of his, you know, officials for the men's street hockey league. So that was part of the plus for me at that time. But can you imagine, like, he started out, I says, well, he said, we have a men's street hockey league up here at the prison. I said, wait a minute. These guys got sticks, wooden sticks, in their hands in a contact sport.
And they're
and
swinging
you
them.
want me in there responsible for it?
Welcome.
God, please.
Welcome to the job.
But they were smart, and long story short, they were smart enough to cancel that following season. I never had to put up with it.
There you go. The inmates must not have been happy.
No, they
though.
weren't happy.
What do
They
you mean we
weren't
can't play
happy, 'cause
hockey anymore?
No. Yeah, but come on. Wooden sticks in the hands of
I
an
could Blue,
inmate.
I could Blue Cross the guy from cell block 4 and only get 2-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Here's when I was in high school. All right, this is an incredibly sexist comment that's coming, Melissa.
Oh dear.
Prepare
Oh
yourself.
dear. Oh dear.
As I'm walking to
Let's block our ears,
the football field in Cumberland, because that's where we played soccer, there was a photographer that was an older gentleman that was walking with us because he was going to take photos of us. But when we go to the field, we're passing the baseball field at Tucker Field, and that's where the girls played field hockey. And they were practicing or getting ready for a game that's coming up. And the gentleman, the photographer, turned to us, the soccer players that were walking. Dumbest sport in the world, field hockey. Who gives a stick to a woman?
Ouch.
Oh, he was brutal.
Wow.
My mama wouldn't have liked
Oh,
that.
no.
She'd have found the stick.
He was like, dumbest sport in the world.
Throw him in the middle.
Well, he said it loud enough for us to hear it. The girls did not hear him say this.
Oh, well, at least there's a little sensitivity there.
Well, very little. All right. So some people just don't know who Britney Spears is. All right. And there's the NBA's top draft pick. He's coming out of college. Victor Wembanyama said he did not realize a woman who tried to stop him in a Las Vegas hotel lobby was Britney Spears. All right. Now, he's going to play for the San Antonio Spurs during their Las Vegas for their NBA's Summer League. But now Britney Spears, claimed she was struck in the face by a member of this guy's security detail. These people are so important. They've got to have their entourage around them.
His entourage.
His entourage, not hers.
Okay.
She comes up to him, wants to take a picture. And his entourage, she alleges someone hit her in the face when she tried to get a photo with the player. He says he didn't know until the next day who that woman was, and TMZ reported that the security guard has apologized to Britney Spears, but she filed a police report anyway, alleging battery.
Well, that's what it is when you hit somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Oh, come on, Brittany, get off of your high horse. Probably what happened is that they had a security contingency around them. The guy probably put his hand out to stop her, accidentally struck her in the face. I mean, God, come on, Brittany. Tell me she didn't have security around her at that time.
Doesn't say if she does.
It doesn't say.
No, of course it doesn't.
I don't
of course
know.
it does. There's probably more
I
to
don't know
that
if
than
she
meets
was.
the eye.
I don't know if she was there to
You know?
perform or if she was just there to have a good time in Vegas.
And TMZ cameras just happened to be there at that time. Can you imagine?
Well, they probably
I
got
hate
the.
that show.
Hold
I
on a
hate that
second.
show.
Hold on a second. TMZ cameras are anybody's cell phone.
That's
They don't
right.
own a camera.
That's right.
TMZ
They take
does
anything.
not own a camera.
Come on, Dave. You know I gotta throw that stuff in there every once in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
And by the way,
Controversy.
I'm
right?
having some fun. TMZ does own
Yeah.
cameras for the studio shots, but they don't
Right.
have a fleet of cameras
Right.
everywhere. They
Right.
depend on
They-
everyone's cell phone.
That's right.
All right, Melissa, you are going to believe this. Here we go. Millennials are apparently the worst offenders when it comes to lying on social media. Shocking, huh?
Shocking.
And in the workplace. A company, an online casino company, Playstar, looked at more than 1,300 people to ask them how much they lie. And more than 1 in 10 millennials said they lie at least once a day. Baby boomers do not admit to the same. They're only
They're
at
lying.
2%.
Well,
That's right.
That's
And,
what when Joe brought this up earlier this morning, Melissa, I told him, I says, no, this simply proves that millennials are the most honest because they
the
admit
truth
when
about
they
lying.
lie.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't lie a second time saying they're not lying.
So
Right.
some of the biggest areas of deception include fabricating something on their resume and lying on social media to impress others. And as I was telling Dave, like on my social media description, I'm 6'7". I have long blonde hair. I love long walks on the beach and dogs.
Little puppy dogs.
And I weigh 180 pounds. Yeah, so that's...
The long blonde hair is throwing me off.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
Come on. Don't lie about the hair. Come on.
Okay, it's gray. Anyway, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Enjoy what you will attend tonight in Woonsocket.
Whatever that might happen to be, you're going to have fun.
It's going to be a
choices,
great
yeah.
time. Rich Elaine, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure.
All right.
And remember our pal Steve Casey over at the Elks on your way over to the park.
That's right. Melissa Murray, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Dave Richards, enjoy yourself at Levitt tonight.
You bet I will. See you there.
All right, this is Joe Callahan. Have a great day, great weekend. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew. Do you remember? It's coming your way at 9:30.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
U.S. Senator Ed Markey of Massachusetts is filing a bill in Congress to cover the cost of medically necessary equipment for people who are at risk from man-made or climate disasters. His legislation would require Medicare to pay for air conditioners, refrigerators, and generators for senior citizens and those with disabilities. Disasters that would be recovered would include extreme heat or cold, floods, or power outages. The NAACP has announced a list of speakers for its upcoming national convention in Boston. The list includes former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton,